I mean, when I woke up this morning, I was pretty sore. Like, you know, when you like wake up and you like get out of bed and you're like, oof, yeah, I feel 100 years old today. But actually, surprisingly, I was feeling pretty good. Given how hilly this course is, I was, you know, surprisingly okay. Usually from really hilly courses, I wake up with extremely sore quads and glutes. Don't get me wrong, they're pretty sore today, but yeah, I think compared to some other races, they're not too bad. It'll be gone within a day or two. Today's a recovery day for me after the race yesterday, so we're about to head out for just a 1 hour super easy spin, and then plan to get some coffee and some breakfast. But usually now my recovery days, we use them as more of active recovery, so I might have like a small swim or an easy spin or something like that, just to keep everything moving so that we can continue on into some harder sessions the next day without having that lull. We're just out here for 1 hour super easy spin, just to flush out the legs. The easy recovery ride the morning after, firstly it gets you out of bed and it gets you going again, because after a race you can get like into a little slump, you know, the hype's all over and it's kind of a bit difficult to get up and back moving and get back into training, so it helps with that. But the biggest reason is to just get everything moving again, get the blood flowing, get the muscles activated again, and that just really helps with recovery and flushing everything out. So nothing hard, everything easy, and just try and get things moving. And we're almost done, so now we're headed to the coffee shop. I mean, caffeine's not something I use like as a recovery tool or anything, but I just like it, and I think the day after a race is more about like comfort foods and just doing all the things you enjoy, as long as you just keep things moving. So to finish the ride at the coffee shop and, you know, have a coffee with friends, like that's something I love to do even when I'm not training. So if I can combine the two, it makes for a really nice session. Usually the post-race breakfast, like you get up really starving. So usually it's like something like a big thing of pancakes or eggs on toast, or just something like quite hearty, like lots of very nutrient dense, and yeah, just a lot of it to keep you fueled for the day, but also to replace what you lost the day before. So we just had some coffee and some breakfast, and now we're at the pool and we'll just swim about 1 kilometer, super easy recovery, just to roll the arms over. Let's go. The little swim that I just did, the whole purpose of that is just to flush everything out. So I did some kick in there just to get the legs flowing, and I find kick is really good to just try and break that DOMS and just get like the tissues kind of moving again nicely. A little bit of backstroke just to stretch everything out, and aside from that, like just moving my arms again and getting all those little muscles going again. It just really helps for the next couple days when I start back proper training. Swim's all done. Now for the nice part in the hot tub, the best recovery. I think in terms of fueling after the race, it's not so much like a numbers game then. I think I just I go for the salty foods, because typically after having sweet things for 4 hours, you really don't want anything else sweet after the race. So I tend to stick towards some salty foods, higher in carbs, just something that's gonna make me feel full and sustain me. And yeah, I mean, comfort food's always a nice thing after the race, maybe a big burger and some fries or something like that, just to make you feel full, make you feel like you've had a big proper meal after being on gels and liquid calories for a while. So yeah, I mean, it's not really something I work towards a number. I just try and get some good food in and yeah, fill myself up. The next few days of eating will just be like really nice, like nutritious foods, things I enjoy eating. Obviously I won't go and gorge myself on any, you know, like burgers and fries now that the race is over. That was yesterday. So yeah, I try and replace everything with really nutritious foods. And then yeah, just try and eat as much of it as I can to refuel and then fuel up for the next training block. So we just had some lunch and now we're heading into the Earth Day Spa for a recovery session with the saunas and the ice baths. I haven't ever been to like a recovery spa as such, but I do have the boots, the guns, all the recovery tools at home, and I do try and spend some time on those the day following a race. Every day, in fact, I try and spend some time with those. So yeah, I mean, it will be nice to go to a place and that forces you to just slow down a bit and use those things without any distraction, and then to obviously have access to an ice bath and a sauna are just extra added tools that, you know, we wouldn't usually have access to, so it should be really nice. It's a huge relief, you know, that part of the week is kind of done, the hard part's done, and then today's about just recovering and, yeah, switching everything off mentally, physically, and just, yeah, being with friends and talking about all things other than triathlon. So yeah, I mean, today is a lot about physical recovery, but there's also the mental component. The day after the race, usually we're packing our bikes into a box and all of those things to get ready to travel, but it's so nice because we live here in St. George, like we are able to do these nice things. But typically we'd do some kind of sightseeing or some touristy things that we wouldn't normally get to do before the race. There's a lot of time spent in a hotel room before a race typically. So yeah, to do something like explore the region you're in or just go out and do some sightseeing is really nice. And it's a good way for active recovery as well, maybe a little hike or something. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice to do things you wouldn't usually get the opportunity to do.
So that's it for today. I'm signing off and I'm off to sit on the couch and watch some movies.